Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Digital Remedy ASMR. I've appreciated all of the kind comments that I've received on the videos over the past few days. Thank you guys so much for enjoying the content here. Your support is much appreciated, and I couldn't be more grateful. However, there is one thing that I must address, and that this video in particular will not be a burping ASMR video. You see, the reception to the burping has been rather negative, and they electrocuted me for making too many burping ASMR videos, and I fear that if I make another burping ASMR video, they will electrocute me again. So, in today's video, there will be absolutely no burping. That is a promise. Now, that being said, of course, I still need to stay hydrated now, don't I? So yes, of course, I still have a bottle of freshly brewed SodaStream seltzer water for us to enjoy. But no burping. But no burping. Because that is a promise. And I do not want to get electrocuted again. Let's get a crisp crack open of our SodaStream seltzer water. Oh, I think we can do better. Give it a little rattle. Give it a little rattle, 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 rattle. Oh, now that was a crisp SodaStream seltzer water bottle open. Ooh, just a ch, if you will. I stifled it. That was a stifled burp. There was no expelling of any gas out of my mouth in what would be considered a rude or disruptive nature. So I'm okay. I'm A-okay. In today's video, we will be discussing one of my previous jobs that I've worked. Yes. If you watched the first video, you will remember stifled. Uh-oh. If you watched my first video, you will remember that I talked about stifled. I stifled it. The burp was stifled. If you watched the first video, you will remember that I talked about the fact that I worked at a virtual reality arcade in a mall during the pandemic times. You see, as COVID was still rampaging the globe, Daniel still needed to pay his bills. and those $600 unemployment checks stopped hitting. So I got a job at the world's smallest virtual reality arcade inside of a mall. And our virtual reality arcade had beige carpeting and white walls, and that was a close call. That was a very close call. Our virtual reality arcade had beige carpeting, white walls, and a pretty much non-existent ceiling. You could see all of the pipes and duct work just openly exposed. This place looked like a nightmare. Boy howdy, was it a nightmare. Business was slow most of the time, however, so I could bring my laptop with me to work, and I think I watched just about every season of Trailer Park Boys, sitting calmly and confidently behind that IKEA desk on a very uncomfortable and broken stool. In fact, you will come to find, as I share this story of working at the virtual reality arcade in the mall, that I lost my train of thought. Silly me. Only one way to get my thought process back on track, and that is with a little rattle of the bottle. A little rattle of the bottle. Oh, that was crisp. That was real crisp. It did not pick up on the mic, and it was stifled. It did not pick up on the mic, and it was stifled. And if it did pick up on the mic, it was stifled. Okay, good. We agree. Good. I don't want them to electrocute me again. I watched just about every season of Trailer Park Boys in this run-down virtual reality arcade that didn't get much business, and also didn't get much maintenance. And today, our story is all about maintenance and the lack thereof at this virtual reality arcade in the mall. That one had a little more gumption to it. I had some pico de gallo. That's a fun ASMR word. Pico de gallo. 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 I had some pico de gallo before I recorded this. I found it right over there, waiting for me to find it, going, "Hello, it's me, pico de gallo." I'm peeking out, 'cause I'm just pico de gallo. Anyways, what you know about drain flies? You see, our virtual reality arcade had bathrooms. That one creeped up into my nose. Oh God. Oh God. It's assaulting my senses. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Our virtual reality arcade had bathrooms that were initially, when the store first opened, open to the public for customers to use. However, due to the lack of maintenance of these bathrooms, they became employee-only bathrooms. And why did I put, well, that's just the truth, is that they became employee-only bathrooms, but I really should say employee-only bathroom. Because at one point, the women's bathroom became so uninhabitable, that everybody was just using one bathroom. Luckily, we were able to get that situation figured out, and we were back to having 2 bathrooms again. You will find throughout this series that I have many, many stories about the bathrooms at the virtual reality arcade. So stay tuned. However, this is a story all about how our virtual reality arcade got drain flies. That's right, drain flies. What are drain flies? Well, they're flies that come out of the drain. Sinks. Other things. Other things that have drains. Floor drains. And what had happened was this infestation of drain flies had come in during the COVID shutdown. And they had all died inside of the bathroom. So for the longest time in our virtual reality arcade, because no, we did not have a vacuum. We did not have proper cleaning supplies. No. There was no way for us to clean up all of the dead drain flies on the floor of the virtual reality arcade bathrooms. So for the longest time, there were dead drain flies all over the floor. It came to a point where you almost thought that it was part of the design of the floor. But then upon closer inspection, you go, those little black dots on the floor are elevated. And you take a closer look at the dead drain flies on the floor of the virtual reality arcade bathroom in the mall. And you go, oh, those are dead bugs. Those are dead bugs of sorts. Those are dead drain flies. And it took quite a long time for us to beg the owner to buy us a working vacuum cleaner so that we could clean up the dead drain flies. No. I'm not going down there with a paper towel and not sweeping them up with a broom into a dustpan. We didn't even have a dustpan. We had a broom. Where are you going to sweep the dust? You're not going to sweep the dust anywhere. Why, I do say so myself, that is quite foolish. Is it not? Anyways, this virtual reality arcade became a bit of the stifled. This virtual reality arcade became a bit of, as I would call, the armpit of this mall. In fact, one glorious day, a rather busy day, right before the holiday season began, me and one of my co-workers were working a rather busy shift on a Saturday morning, and a woman with a stroller walked in, and we thought, oh, maybe she has maybe she's going to put her infant child on a virtual reality roller coaster or something. I don't know. It's your kid. I'm not going to tell you how to raise it or what to do with it. But she walks in with the stroller, looks at the both of us, and grabs something from somewhere within the stroller and drops it into our garbage can that was seated right next to the desk/cash register where we were stationed. I'm holding for suspense. What did you drop in the garbage can? Well, you have to find out once I get this last sip of my soda stream water. If I beat that pussy up, is you gonna tell on me? Now you may be wondering, why do I drink water in every single one of my videos? Well, it's the only time that they allow me any sort of sustenance. Everything else I must scavenge from this closet, such as the pico de gallo that was peeking out over there. Back to the story. What did she drop off in the garbage can? Well, it was none other than a dirty diaper, filled to the brim with feces. You like keeping secrets, don't you? You do. I can see it in your eyes. You have an honest look to you. But keeping secrets is rather dishonest. But I suppose there's an honesty in admitting that you like keeping secrets, or that you do keep secrets. And I am willing to bet that you want to keep what just happened a secret between the two of us. Yes, a secret between the two of us. Like we're friends. Like we're in this together. Anyways, she drops the dirty diaper, filled to the brim with feces, into our garbage can. And we, given that it was super busy, couldn't find the time for almost 2 hours to take the garbage out, so the entire store reeked of that dirty diaper. And we had customers turning their nose up at us, scrunching their faces as they walked through our door, and leaving. The nerve of some people. Can you believe it? I can. Humans are complicated beings. Well, would you look at the time? It appears that we are just about out of time for today's lesson, today's story lesson. Maybe you learned something. Did you learn anything from this video? If you did, stifled. Comment down below what you learned from this video. And maybe, just maybe, I'll share a couple more stories. And a few more secrets. In future Digital Remedy ASMR. Stifled. Have a good rest of your night, day, shift, whatever it is that you're doing. Keep on doing it. And have a good night or day.